Namaste, friends. So, this morning, something showed up that was quite sort of surprising. I was, as always, doing my physical morning routine, and I don't even remember how I got there, what train of thought got me there, but somehow I ended up having a memory flash about an event, basically a breakup with a girlfriend, if you could even really call it that, back in middle school. And this wasn't an event that I didn't have a memory of, but I had not quite registered the significance of this to me. I've been recently listening to some of the work of Gabor Mate. I watched his movie, and I watched an interview with him. I also bought his book, his most recent book. I forget the title. I haven't read it, but I've become kind of fascinated with his work around trauma, and one of the distinctions he points out and just really clearly defines is the difference between traumas of commission and traumas of omission, where traumas of commission are things that happened that were traumatic, events that occurred, things that were done to us that were bad, powerful experiences of feeling violated, endangered, whatever. Traumas of omission are things that should have happened or support that we needed that we didn't get. So things like not being acknowledged at a key vulnerable moment in life, or so. And this is the context in which this event kind of came back to me. I think that might have been how I got there. I might have been thinking about Gabor Mate and kind of like had some of his ideas percolating through my mind. Anyway, all this so what shows up though is this memory of having this breakup, which kind of happened as things in middle school kind of do, totally indirectly. Like we weren't really like boyfriend, girlfriend, and we didn't really break up. It was just like one day we were this unit of conjoined sixth graders, and the next day we weren't. And the reason this came back to me is because it was super painful. I remember it being one of the it just leveled me. I think outwardly I managed to kind of keep it together, but I was floored in a way. And in my family, I never brought it up. First of all, I didn't feel like I could. I didn't know how to. It was something that was kind of so big, I didn't know how to articulate it. And then when I feel like what happened was my little brother mentioned it. I told him at some point, and then he mentioned it like at the dinner table or something, and just mortified me. And so I kind of, I acknowledged it but played it off. And the response I got was, "Oh yeah, that feels weird when that happens, doesn't it?" And I was like, "Weird? That's what I'm supposed to be feeling? Like that would be the right response to this?" Because I'm devastated. I don't know if I even would have known that word, but like obliterated, gutted. So anyway, what I realized this morning is that what I learned from that was that if I have a broken heart, there's something wrong with me. And I never put that into those words before. And that lesson explains a lot. I can look at a lot of whole swaths of my life and go, oh, that's the behavior, those are the actions of someone who thinks a broken heart means something is wrong. So there's both evasive behavior to try and avoid that ever happening, and there's compensatory behavior to kind of spin situations where I then also, I've had other broken hearts too, and how I dealt with that, what that meant, what that sort of did to me. Anyway, I don't usually do a lot of like personal sharing on this post, but what what's interesting to me personally is this, this event is interesting to see, but what's interesting on a larger level is the fact that we can dig down into a past event and see a blueprint or an imprint for so much of our life. Like, there's that feeling of if I have a broken heart, then there's something wrong with me. And I'm positive I'm not the only person who's learned that lesson, right? And I don't even know how my parents or anybody would have given me what I needed in that circumstance, because I wasn't really able to share what was going on. If I had shared it, I probably would have shared it in such a way that I was downplaying it. And that may also be a function of just imprinting, psychological imprinting. This is what I thought I was supposed to do with feelings of this magnitude. Just kind of pretend they're not there. Feels like my torso's on fire, but just gonna pretend that I'm here. I'm just not that hungry right now, or whatever. Like, it was intense. And I think where I'm taking this, the reason why I'm reflecting on it a bit now is because there's a sense that being okay with a broken heart, being not like going and seeking one out, but being okay with that level of vulnerability is what life is all about. And I've spent many, many years and done lots of training and therapy to try and access that level of feeling, and it kind of explains, this pattern kind of explains where I've trended and where I've looked, and how I've had a sense of finding where the grief, finding grief, finding where grief can show up and experiencing that. In other words, almost like bringing myself to a place where I can feel the thing that I wasn't allowed to feel. So yeah, so that's where I'm at, and I'm both sort of in my own little. There's a personal element to this, but it's also a phenomenon. I'm witnessing a phenomenon that's kind of remarkable. To be so, to have such clarity about this pattern. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope that's somehow offering something beyond my own processing. But knowing what we've missed is sometimes really helpful. It can contextualize. It kind of takes this amorphous and undefined fear and defines it and lets me go, oh, that's what it is. That feeling that sort of dives in every now and then. I know what you are. Now I can love it, feel it, but I didn't have to run my life. So, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.